I'm not always the best wife. I don't always have the best attitude. I don't always present myself well, as in how I'm looking to my husband, the way I'm dressing, or my hair is together, or whatever. It's not always like that. Character over money. Hi, wives. Hi, future wives. How are you? I hope you are well. God bless you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. This ministry is Proverbs 31 University, and I aim to empower Black women to prioritize faith, wifehood, and proper imaging. Go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Turn on the notifications so you don't miss anything. Sign up for my mailing list. The link is below so you can stay up to date. Also, get the free wife mindset guide. To be a good quality wife, you need to think like a wife. You need to embody the character and traits of a wife. So please click the link below and get your free guide. Proverbs 31 University on Cashapp. Please donate to this ministry so we can go far. There's so many things that I want to do and I have in store for you, God willing. God bless you. We had a baby. When I tell you that my husband just was excellent and has been excellent, he has been, even since I've been home, taking the kids here, taking the kids there, doing this, doing that, watching our newborn. He has been excellent, 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 excellent. And I'm so thankful to God for him because he again has been excellent. When the Bible says to become one and a husband leaves his father and mother and clings to his wife, I don't know where I would be without him there. All of the births that we have been different, and every single one of them he has showed up and shown out. And this especially, just this one, because it just happened so fast, we didn't know. He has been just excellent. And so I just learned to be grateful for my husband, because sometimes the enemy, he hates marriage. And what he likes to do is try to point out your husband's flaws. Well, your husband's not doing this and your husband's not doing that. I know before the birth, when I was pregnant, and even before that, I had negative thoughts about my husband, as far as, I feel like he's not doing this. I feel like he's not doing that as a husband. I feel like he's not doing this as a husband, and just always focusing on his flaws. And it was really putting me in a bad place, because I'm like, I'm just not happy, or I'm not, whatever. But it took this moment for me to realize what I actually have. And don't think the grass is greener on the other side. Don't think that there's somebody better or something better for you. I think it's a lot of women that, if they were honest, they left their marriages or left their husband in pursuit of happiness or whatever. And they ended up realizing that it was a waste of time, and they had much better when they were married or when they were with their husband. But then by the time they realize it, it's too late. And I don't want that to be you. I'm not saying I was going to leave my husband or anything like that. Absolutely not. But I had a lot of negative thoughts about just focusing on, oh, I feel like he should do this more or that more and blah, blah, blah. And when you have those thoughts constantly, it can really put you in a bad space in your marriage. And of course, that's what the enemy wants. And again, it took this to remind me, you are blessed. First of all, there are so many people, so many women who are single mothers, and they have nobody. They don't have help, anybody. I remember talking to a social worker that worked at the hospital, especially during my, depressed time state that I was in. And it was so bad that I was like, I need to talk to a social worker or a therapist or something. And she really, really encouraged me. I mean, she literally changed the trajectory of my life and that hospital stay and everything. And she said, you don't know how many women I meet who just have babies and they have no one to pick them up when it's time to be discharged. They have no support, no family, no nothing. You have your husband, you have your support system, you have family. You should be grateful. And so I want to let you know that I am grateful. Now, since I've been out the hospital, I'm not going to lie and sit here and say that some of those thoughts that I had prior to being in the hospital haven't tried to, rear their ugly head. But I think it's just important to try to catch that as best as you can. and to just remember what you went through, because it's so funny. I was reading the Bible. I had the Bible on. You know how Israelite was going back and forth with God, always disobeying or some mess. But then I was thinking about how there was a passage that I was listening to or that came on, and God was like, or that I was reading, God was like, "Don't you remember what I've done for you? Don't you remember what I've done for you?" And yes, I'm going to get you out of this. Or yes, it's going to be okay. I'm here. No, it was Jesus. This was in the New Testament. Jesus was like, "I fed the 5,000 and then I fed the 4,000. You don't think that I can take care of you?" To his disciples, because I think they were worried about something. I can't remember specifically where I was reading it, but I just remember him saying, "I fed the 5,000. I fed the 4,000. Do you know who you're talking to?" Jesus, like, it's also like the story when Jesus was on the boat with the disciples and he was sleeping. There was a big storm, and he's just like, "Literally, I'm on the boat with you. You're not going to perish if I'm on the boat with you. It's going to be okay." But the disciples couldn't see that because all they could see was the wind and the waves and everything like that. Same thing when Peter stepped out the boat to walk because he saw Jesus walking on the water, and he started walking on the water. But then he looked at all of the circumstances and things around him and kept his eyes off Jesus. He started to sink, and then he said, "Help!" And Jesus grabbed his arm and pulled him up. And it's just like sometimes we forget what God has done when we're in a bad situation, that he just delivered us last week or just got us out of that last year, or just like he just did something. And it's like he's always got to prove himself. I wouldn't say prove it, that's not a good word, but it's almost like we want him to, prove himself again. And it's just we forget. And that forgetfulness kind of messes with our faith in a way. I just feel God was just showing me to be grateful and how amazing my husband is and how he's been. And you know what? We can't expect perfection because I'm not perfect. I'm not always the best wife. I don't always have the best attitude. I don't always present myself well, as in how I'm looking to my husband, the way I'm dressing or my hair is together or whatever. It's not always like that. So before I go and judge my husband and think about, oh, he's not doing this and he's not doing that, it's like, ma'am, what are you doing? What about you? Have you given your 100%? And I want to just, put that out there for anyone who is struggling in their marriage or a relationship, and specifically a marriage, and or just thinking you're not in a marriage yet, but you're thinking that you're going to have a Prince Charming or the perfect man. God will put the man that is perfect for you, but there will be flaws. And guess what? You're going to have flaws too. And you wouldn't want your husband to be inundated with thoughts of all the stuff you don't do right, would you? You wouldn't like it the other way around. And so God just really showed me, you are blessed. This man loves you. This man cares for you. He is a great father. He is a great husband. Count your blessings and don't allow those thoughts, don't allow the enemy to trick you and put you in a state of depression or put you down and put your marriage down when he's like, I put this together. And every day, especially these days, I'm thinking like, God, you really did put us together. So one, the Lord showed me how important it is to have my husband. And I just also want to say character over money. This is why I encourage young marriage, because I understand that, as women, we do want a man that is stable financially and, that's going to be able to take care of us and our family and etc. But I feel like those things matter more when you're older and you're like in your 30s or maybe late 20s. Of course, you're going to want that more because your biological clock is probably ticking and you want to settle down and you want to have children and you want to make sure that the man you get with is going to be able to sustain your lifestyle while you're not working. But I think the great thing about being married young is that when I was with my husband, he didn't have anything. I didn't have anything. We didn't have anything. And to know that I didn't, of course, as a teenager, I don't think I would care, but I would have passed that up because he's not balling out of control or he's not a six-figure man at the time when we met or whatever. It sounds so crazy, but I just want to say character over money, because yes, a man, he may have money to provide, but that doesn't mean he's going to be there for you when times get down in the way that you need emotionally as a woman, especially if you're dealing with pregnancy or hard times or illness or whatever could be going on. And so I really think we should value character, husband traits. We need to see if that man has the traits of a husband. And having a really nice job is a bonus. And so I just want to put that out there. I'm thankful that my husband and I got together at a young age where we could grow together and journey through life together and not worry about the money stuff. That eventually came